Disasters have always tested human endurance, from ancient famines to the global wars of the 20th century. What separated those who endured from those who suffered was not luck alone, but preparation. In modern times, we may not face the same battlefield shortages as soldiers in the trenches or families under wartime rationing, but storms, blackouts, and sudden emergencies can strike without warning. The real question is whether you are ready when those moments arrive. In the next few minutes, we'll break down the ultimate survival kit, the kind of reliable supplies that stand up to history's toughest tests and can still serve you today. The history of survival kits teaches us what really matters. Looking back at World War II, soldiers carried compact kits that contained waterproof matches, water purification tablets, compressed rations, and even a small sewing kit to repair uniforms. Each item had a purpose, and none was wasted. In the Cold War era, fallout shelters were stocked with food that lasted for years, simple medical supplies, and tools for communication when the outside world might have been unreachable. These lessons remind us that survival is not about piling up gadgets. It is about choosing reliable, multifunctional items that sustain you through uncertainty. Food and water supplies are always the first priority. No matter the century or the crisis, nourishment has always been the first lifeline. A modern survival kit should include both immediate and long-term food solutions. High-calorie energy bars that last 5 years or more can keep your body moving in the critical first 72 hours. Beyond that, freeze-dried meals are compact, lightweight, and only require hot water to prepare. Just as soldiers in the Pacific relied on powdered rations to keep them moving, today's survivalist can rely on these modern equivalents. Water, however, is the more immediate concern. History shows how entire campaigns failed when supply lines broke, and civilians in wartime cities suffered most when clean water disappeared. A small, portable water filter, such as a straw filter or a pump unit, can turn streams, lakes, or even puddles into safe drinking sources. Pairing that with water purification tablets provides a double layer of safety. One practical step for preparedness is to store at least 1 gallon of water per person per day for emergencies, while still having filtration gear for longer-term needs. Shelter and warmth protect both body and morale. Exposure to the elements has ended more expeditions than enemy fire. Napoleon's march on Moscow was undone as much by the cold as by the Russians. In modern preparedness, lightweight emergency blankets, waterproof tarps, and compact tents can mean the difference between enduring a night safely or risking hypothermia. Fire-starting tools are equally vital. While a simple lighter works under normal conditions, a ferrocerium rod or magnesium fire starter will work when wet and lasts thousands of strikes. Carrying at least 2 methods guarantees resilience. For real-world application, it's a good idea to practice setting up your tarp shelter in the backyard before you actually need it. Take some time to learn how to spark a flame using your fire starter and try building a small, controlled fire. You know, skills developed before disaster strikes really do transform supplies from simple tools into absolute lifelines. Medical supplies must be more than just an afterthought. One of the most overlooked aspects of survival history is that so many casualties came not from combat, but from infection and untreated injuries. During both world wars, Medics carried these compact pouches with bandages, disinfectants, and morphine syrettes. Nowadays, your survival kit should, at minimum, include sterile bandages, antiseptic wipes, pain relievers, adhesive tape, and tweezers. A tourniquet and a supply of any personal medications are honestly non-negotiable. Practical steps include rotating your medications so that the ones in your kit never expire, and keeping duplicates in a waterproof bag. A small manual on first aid can also be a real lifesaver, reminding you of techniques when stress might cloud your judgment. So, tools and multi-purpose gear, they really save you a lot of time and energy out there. You know, history actually proves that tools can multiply your survival chances. Think about it. From Roman legions who carried spades, to dig defences, to downed pilots in World War II who relied on compact knives to cut parachute cords. The right tool could honestly mean the difference between life and death. These days, having a high-quality multi-tool with pliers, blades, screwdrivers and scissors is just invaluable. And if you add a sturdy fixed-blade knife, some paracord that's strong enough to hold hundreds of pounds, plus a reliable flashlight with extra batteries, you're really stacking the odds in your favour. One example of putting this into practice is, say, working with paracord. Try tying knots, making shelter lashings, or even fashioning fishing lines. Honestly, tools are only as good as your skill with them. And, well, confidence really comes with use. Communication and navigation, really ensure you are not isolated. History teaches us that being cut off is often more dangerous than being hungry. Back in World War II, radios were true lifelines. In today's world, having a hand crank or solar-powered emergency radio means you can still receive updates even when the grid fails. Pair that with a simple whistle for signalling and a map with a compass, and you're no longer relying on those fragile GPS systems. For a real-world practice exercise, try this. Turn off your phone and navigate a local trail using only a paper map and compass. This builds confidence in those old-fashioned but reliable methods that have carried explorers and soldiers alike through uncharted terrain. Preparation is the thread that ties history and survival together. From ancient civilizations stockpiling grain against famine to modern preppers assembling bug-out bags, preparation isn't paranoia. It's wisdom passed down through centuries. Building your ultimate survival kit is about equipping yourself with reliable tools, food, water and knowledge so that no matter what comes, you're ready. The kit itself is only part of the story. The other part is practicing, rotating supplies, and making sure your gear is trusted and familiar. The ultimate survival kit isn't about chasing trends or just filling shelves with cheap gadgets. It's about learning from history, choosing high-quality supplies that have stood the test of time, and building a kit that can carry you and your loved ones through any challenge. When disaster strikes, it won't wait for you to prepare. So, take the lessons of the past and apply them now, so you're ready for the future. If you found this guide valuable and want more deep dives into history and survival wisdom, make sure to subscribe to Backyard Wisdom and share this with fellow enthusiasts who know that preparation isn't optional, it's essential.